Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're looking tonight at NEO stock, which is actually neutral on Friday. It wasn't really up or down. Over the course of the entire day it was actually moving down, but because we opened with a gap up, it was neutral on Friday. Now over the past 5 days this stock is up by around 14%, and over the past month we're up by over 30%. Begging the question, after 6 months worth of gains now, where do we go from here? And over the course of this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions going forwards into the upcoming week. If it sounds like a good episode, make sure to please leave a like and subscribe, it does help me out. At the same time, remember, I am not a financial advisor, and these videos are never financial advice, so you should be doing your own research. I'd also like to remind you that I do now have a Patreon page where you can access behind the scenes exclusive content, along with some of the stocks which I am paying attention to, which I may not always speak about here on YouTube. But now I've said that, let's jump straight in. Now the first thing that I want to touch upon is actually a nice piece of news, and this was published recently, and it speaks about the fact that in the last month or so, NEO has seen record deliveries. So we can see NEO News, price record 31,305 deliveries, strong signal momentum. So we can see NEO is hitting a historic delivery milestone with over 31,000 vehicles in August of 2025, potentially boosting investor confidence and stock performance. Now obviously at the same time this shows that NEO's vehicles do appear to be selling relatively well. NEO has just reached a pivotal movement in its growth story. The Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer just delivered its strongest monthly performance ever, crossing the 31,000 vehicles threshold for the first time. This breakthrough comes as the EV market heats up globally, with investors closely watching which companies can maintain momentum against established players like Tesla and rising competitors like BYD. So this is a big thing for NEO for a number of reasons, but the main one in my opinion is it shows that the company is now actually doing relatively well as a company. The fundamentals are relatively strong here, and of course with a business like this, that is exactly what we are going to want to see. I think this really is working out for NEO, better than we initially hoped. Things are really picking up, things are really going relatively well, and if these figures do continue to grow into the forthcoming months and weeks, or weeks and months, what can we expect, right? Are we going to see more growth along these lines? Well, it does look like things are going relatively well. Now, coming over to look mostly at the share price, what are we looking for with NEO this week, and what matters the most to me? Well, the first thing, I said this, I think, yesterday as well, I wouldn't be too scared about some red this week. Now, if we are able to avoid that, if we do see this stock turn green and break past recent highs, that is absolutely brilliant. But at the same time, just for a preparation, just to make you aware of one possibility, I wouldn't be too nervous or too particularly scared about some red this week. Now, NEO stock has done this 3 times now in recent months, coming from early July up to now. We've seen a major leg up with some consolidation with a small dip. You've seen a major leg up with some consolidation with a small dip. You've seen a major leg up, and now we're asking, is coming the consolidation with a small dip? Well, of course it could be, and if you do see that, what are the levels that we are looking to hit? Well, you could be looking to touch on the 710 mark, as we have recently hit this as our lowest point. That is entirely possible, but I think a more positive aspect, especially for the early couple days, would be 720. Now at the same time, if we see this one drop lower than that, you're looking for levels such as 705. I think if we're able to stay above $7 itself though, that would be a win for the first few days. Now again, many people may not like that I have said that because everyone wants to see NEO stock go up, but I think this is actually a good thing, and if this stock does drop a little bit, again, another great thing. Obviously not because I'm against NEO, not because I don't want to see NEO do well, but because in context we're trying to establish healthy levels for this stock where we can see sustained and constant growth. And I think every single time that we do begin to form these new floors, we give ourselves a validity to see this one push up even higher in the near future. So again, if we were to drop to these levels, I don't think it's that bad. Now in terms of where we actually are towards the upside, this is where things get very interesting, because now we're coming up to historical levels for NEO stock. And what do you see over here? Well, breaking above the highs that we've seen recently, 750, and ultimately passed into $8 is a relatively difficult thing for NEO stock to do. You can go back to this period round about September of 2024, you can go all the way back to 2023. Now, this might be a little bit too deep on it, but I do think it is relative because the small green line, the thin green line that you can hopefully see here, represents where the share price is now. What do you notice? Well, you notice that we are coming up to these key levels of support, which again, $7 is one of them. One of the reasons why I think this could hold up this week. At the same time, again, if this does hold, what are we looking for to the upside? Well, you're looking to touch and push up to levels such as 765. You're then looking to push up to levels such as 796 and on to $8. So it's going to be that key for this week. You know, push up to and past $8 is going to be a major bullish sign. A remainder above $7 is going to be a relatively good sign as well. So anything between that $7 range, that $8 range is going to be perfect this week. Now, in terms of downside, if we do drop slightly below that, maybe to the 690s, 680s, still not that bad, right? But we don't want to see it drop much lower than that. We're still trying to continue and establish this trend where we are ultimately moving upwards, and I do think that is going to be possible, but this is going to be a very key level to watch out for. Again, I think if you're looking at 7 holding, it shows that the stock is still powering on with such strength, and that can only be a good thing. Again, if you do drop a little bit lower, slightly more concerning, but not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So there are the key levels that I'm personally paying attention to, guys. I don't know what you think. You may, of course, agree. You may disagree. I think, all in all, NIO stock has been very impressive in the past week or so. And again, the news that we're seeing coming out for this company just seems to be getting better and better. You tie it all together, you tie in the fundamental catalysts with the technicals, and I think we're coming to a point this week with the stock where it's going to be very interesting to see again if we do ultimately hold on to the $7 range. So like I say, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and again, let me know what you think. I think things over here for NIO have been ever so impressive in the last few days and weeks. If we see a bit more of this going forwards, I'm going to be very pleased. Anyway, like I say, you can also join us on Patreon. Link is down in the description, first link in the description, where you'll find a lot of exclusive videos over there too. So thank you for watching. Hope I will see you again soon, guys, and goodbye for now. If you guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day, I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right, guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here, guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment, guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from $14.50 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.